Privacy. Let's talk about privacy. What's it even mean anymore? Last week, we learned the CIA is exploiting security flaws in our devices, right? Our phones, our computers. We learned they can turn on smart TVs and listen to your conversations without you having any idea. Now, that was last week. 1 week later, how is this barely a story? 1 week later, our entire media is like, oh, yeah, sure, they're watching us through our TVs. Yeah, it's, of course they are. You didn't know that. You didn't know. It's for your own safety, all right, that they're listening to you touch yourself to a 1997 episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's for your own protection, all right? Now, nobody mention it again. Nobody talk about it. Our mainstream media wouldn't know the real story if it punched them in the face, choked them out, and then just stole their car and their dog. It would. It would. They'd be there the next day. Breaking news. I think that guy got my dog. That'd be it. Everybody, could you do me a favor? Could you stop acting like living in a surveillance state is normal? This is not normal. This is not. It's not normal. They're laughing at it. They're laughing at us. The CIA's smart TV program was codenamed Weeping Angel. They're hacking and spying on us so much, they've resorted to naming their shit after, like, Evanescence songs. They've used up all the good nicknames, you know, now they've used up like Eternal Vengeance and Ultimate Justice, and now they used those up 15 years ago, so now they're down to like Operation Limp Bizkit and Mission Hoobastank. And here's the worst part. Samsung doesn't even act surprised. Instead, they were just like, we told you our product was like we did. In early 2015, Samsung appeared to acknowledge the televisions posed a risk to privacy and provided a remarkably blunt warning. Please be aware that if your spoken words include personal or other sensitive information, that information will be among the data captured and transmitted to a third party through your use of voice recognition. Are you fucking kidding me? Hey, don't say anything interesting around your television because we're recording all that shit. Yeah, we just put it on an iPod, you know, sometimes listen to it on a lazy Friday night, you know. You can't just put that in the instruction manual. Nobody reads the instruction manual. Let's see, number 5, turning the speakers up too loud could damage them. Number 6, don't say blowjob near the TV. Because that tends to attract the Nigerian hackers. Just keep it PG-13 and up, all right? Hey, guys, you hear that? It says in the instructions, no butt stuff near the TV, okay? No one reads the instructions. We plug it in, and we just start mashing them buttons on the remote like a monkey in a lab until ESPN pops up. That's it. Look, folks, let's just admit that technology is advancing at a blistering pace, and we need to create some privacy laws that actually matter, and quick, before we end up in a dystopian hellhole. I mean, we're already in a dystopian hellhole, but wait, the one over the horizon looks like nasty. I have a friend who owns a smart umbrella. I'm not kidding.
It's a connected umbrella. That means we've implemented this small chip here in the handle of the umbrella, so they receive a notification on the smartphone. It's gonna rain in 15 minutes. If you go out, take your umbrella with you.
Okay, if the umbrella is predicting the weather, protecting you from the weather, and reminding you to bring it with you, then you are the dumb one in that relationship. You don't have an umbrella. That umbrella has a flashy Uber that it uses to take it around town, wherever it needs to go. We're just apes being babysat by our devices. Humans are obsolete, folks. We are VHS tapes with attitudes. We're just transistor radios with body odor, okay? We better just hope the umbrellas don't replace us with motor scooters. Because that's all we got going. And all this smart technology, smart umbrellas, smart TV, smart coffee pots, and like that. It's called the Internet of Things, right? That's what they call it. And it can all be hacked and monitored. Remember in 2015 when privacy watchdogs said voice recognition Barbie could be used to listen to your kids? And so many people responded with like, oh, that's fine, whatever. I don't like have anything to hide, so I don't even want. I am stupid. No, that's not okay. We can't become accustomed to this. It used to be when a guy was like, hey, my umbrella is listening to us. You would slowly back out of the elevator, no matter what floor you were on. Now someone says, my umbrella is listening to us. And like half the country is responding, well, don't say important things in front of your umbrella. It's common sense, right? Not to reveal the nuclear codes in front of the umbrella. Everybody knows that. What? You're okay with fearing your umbrellas and your phones and your coffee makers? How f***ed up does stuff have to get for everyone to get pissed off? But it's not just technology that's being used to invade our privacy. The TSA is doing it with good old American elbow grease. You know, they're getting in there with their hands like real American invasion of privacy. None of this tutti-frutti technology stuff. In fact, TSA agents are now digging so deep that the agency expects some passengers to consider the new examination unusual. In fact, they've warned local police that they might get reports of abnormal federal frisking. Abnormal! Isn't all federal sexual abuse abnormal? And does warning the local police really change anything? Hey, is this the Albuquerque PD? Yeah, this is a TSA down at the airport. Just letting you know, you might get some reports of some light finger blasting, right? You know, little Uncle Pinky's playhouse where the sun don't shine, if you know what I'm saying. Some dirty puppeteering, if you will, right? Praying to the unholy crevice, if you know what I'm saying. Just wanted to give you a heads up, you know, nothing illegal. It's just us fully abusing people's rights so that we can protect the country from something that kills fewer Americans than hard candies do. Yeah. So just no big deal. Just blatant abuse of everything resembling a human right to privacy. This CIA overreach, this FBI overreach, this TSA underreach should be a major story, a major concern, and it should be something we all stand up against. Coming to you from Washington, D.C., the Belly of the Beast is Redacted tonight. Redacted tonight, I'm Lee Camp. Now let's take the news from behind. Donald Trump and the GOP put out the new Trump Care plan, right? Many are criticizing it because it will leave millions without health care, even millions more than the millions Obama left without coverage. But in their defense, this is the best we can do, okay? No other developed nation has found a feasible way to give their people universal health care. None of them, except Norway, which got it in 1912, and New Zealand and Japan in 1938. But other than that, no other country. Okay, Germany in 1941, and Belgium in 1945, and the UK in 48. But other than those, no country has universal health care except Kuwait, Bahrain, Brunei, and Sweden, which got it in the 1950s. But still, That's not very many when you compare, okay, Canada and the Netherlands and Austria in the 1960s. But other than that little handful of countries, there is no country which has found a way to maintain, United Arab Emirates in 71, Finland 72, Slovenia 72, Denmark 73, Luxembourg 73. But in our defense, Luxembourg is a much bigger, more impressive country than we are, okay? They're able to do that kind of thing. But other than those, and France in 74, Australia in 75, Ireland in 77, Italy in 78, Portugal 79, and yes, Cyprus in 1980. But Cyprus doesn't count, okay? Because people don't really get sick there. Very mild winters. Very mild winters. It doesn't count. Other than those few, and Spain in 86, South Korea 88, Iceland in 90, Singapore in 94, Switzerland in 94, Israel in 95, and Greece in 1983. But with Greece, they have a lot more money than we do, okay? All that yogurt cash, they're sitting on it, just hogging it for themselves, hogging it. And even with healthcare, they still haven't found a cure for that disease that causes your nose to fall off your face. So, no, that counts as no healthcare at all, really. Point is, there is no developed country that has figured out how to give all their citizens health care, except for all the developed countries. In all honesty, Trump Care is a corrupt giveaway to the insurance companies and the ultra-rich. If it passes, it will replace Obamacare, which is a corrupt giveaway to the insurance companies and the ultra-rich. It's just that Trump Care is a bigger giveaway. So basically what you're seeing on every mainstream channel is con men and women, you misogynist ass. Con men and women arguing over shades of gray in order to maintain a system that enriches insurance companies. It's basically like the mafia coming up to a store owner and saying, pay us and we'll protect you. And right now, we're arguing over how much we should pay the mafia. Trump wants to double it and still kick you in the teeth. Moving on, the UN says we're facing one of the largest humanitarian crises ever, and 20 million are at risk of famine. 20 million. Where would you get the money to stop that? The UN says it needs to raise $4.4 billion by July in order to avert the famine. $4.4 billion? That's all we're talking about? That is nothing to us. That's pocket change. I thought you were going to say a big number. 4.4 billion. George Soros spends more than that on pool noodles for his swimming pool. Seen here. 4.4 billion is peanuts. No, literally, we spent that on peanuts for our military last year. We spent 10 billion on beef jerky and 20 billion on Gas X. Look, I've said this before, and I'll keep saying it. The UN estimates it would take 30 billion to end world hunger for the year. We as a country could do that easily and have more national security than ever, because no one's attacking the country that ended world hunger. No one would. They attack the country that bombs the out of the Middle East and bans refugees and says stupid crap like we're number one and let's see your country invent a fried chicken sandwich that has fried chicken as the bread and fried chicken as the lettuce. Huh? Bet you can't do it. Bet you can't. If we ended world hunger, we would be safe. The TSA wouldn't even have to do their dirty puppeteer anymore. Your would be downright lonely. Not a single visitor at the airport. All right, we have to go to a quick break, but if you want to be part of our live audience here in Washington, D.C. for free, it's easy. Just email Redacted tonight at rtamerica.tv. We will be right back.
People with stories to tell. Those who deserve to be heard. Studied inside out, but still with unrevealed secrets. Leaders, politicians, thinkers, and witnesses. They're here to speak. Are you there to hear?
On his way from the army headquarters, Russian Emperor Nicholas II is forced to stand down from the throne. He signs the abdication and hands it over to representatives of the Russian Duma, who will officially announce the Tsar's decision later. In just 16 months, Nicholas II and his whole family will be shot.
Do you see homelessness as freedom to live anywhere?
If you're homeless, you can't sleep anywhere. You're not allowed. So it's just moving from spot to spot until we get kicked out.
Want to leave home as a teenager and be independent from parents?
Don't come running outside and be like, I'm gonna be homeless, it's the cool thing. Because once you're out here, you're pretty much stuck without mommy and daddy's help. So stay at home and go to school.
Returning from a war zone and expecting your country to be grateful?
I just wish this country would help veterans like me and many more out there. I see many more veterans out there in wheelchairs that have no place to live, behind dumpsters.
You're sure you won't ever be homeless, aren't you? They were too.
Homeless people didn't come from a homeless farm. They came from parents. And so what happened to that individual? And what happened to that family? And what happened to those children?
Why homeless?
All of the jobs that have come after Trump are the continuation of this gig economy, the short-term jobs. There's a lot of promises of things to come. So this populist uprising, it has the potential to become an ugly mob. And if the market were to pull back, or it becomes clear to the masses that the Trump swamp is bigger than any previous swamp, then you're talking about a very, very angry mob. And combine that with populism around the world and deglobalization around the world, and you have a recipe for quite an ugly scene.
Welcome back to Redacted tonight. Exciting news! The days of saying we don't know if extreme weather events are linked to man-made climate change are over. We did it. We nailed it down, which is pretty good news. That's like good news. We know for certain that you have monkeypox. Here to discuss is our climate expert, Naomi Caravani. Naomi, tell us about weather attribution, as they call it. We can now attribute weather events to climate change. This is huge.
Weather attribution is just a climate change rebranding. It's the same thing. It's like climate change, the remix. International teams of scientists can now identify a human fingerprint on individual storms, floods, heat waves, and droughts.
Okay, all right. Stop with the air horns, please.
Yeah. You know, Lee, remixes can be cool, but they can also sound like emergencies.
Yeah.
You know, once I was at a dance club, heard that noise, thought it was an emergency, so I tried to help this desperate, choking man by giving him the Heimlich, but it turns out he was just really sexually twerking. I didn't know that until the paramedics came and pried me off of him.
likely excuse. It's not rebranding, all right? This is big news. Climate change skeptics love to point to, love to go, you can't prove a storm had anything to do with climate change. But now we can.
Lee, by skeptics, do you mean Americans? The only way they'll be convinced of global warming is if on Groundhog's Day, Punxsutawney Phil pops out of the ground on fire. Shouting, "I'm a rodent." And even I know that heat waves that used to happen every 3 years now happen once every 200 days. Also, I quit. Get a ferret or something. Ferrets are whores. They'll do anything for money.
Sure, a talking animal would actually help us a lot, but there's some serious data out there now.
Sure. The World Weather Attribution Project did confirm the link between Louisiana's devastating floods last August and greenhouse gases.
Exactly.
But they're a bunch of nobodies. Their entire social media presence is an old Ask Jeeves page. Nobody wants to know.
What about Bill Nye? He's not a nobody.
Please, Bill Nye ties everything to global warming. He's the bow tie who cried warming. It's too late for us, Lee.
Maybe it's too late. How can you say it's too late?
We've already adapted to extreme weather. We're putting up with heat waves, shipping fresh water thousands of miles to our drought-ridden cities. Soon adults in coastal cities will be wearing inflatable water wings to walk their dogs. I mean, swim their dogs. Or we'll just set sail with 2 of every kind of animal, like Noah on his famous zoo cruise. It's like a booze cruise with less alcohol. But, somehow they do manage to smell the same. I don't know how that happens.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Plus, Lee, extreme weather means extreme sports all the time. I could go to work on a jet ski.
Naomi, with this info, we can turn this storm around.
I will get a storm-proof jet ski. Face it, Lee. This is a post-science world. Kids, don't go into science. Being a scientist is like being a rotary phone or a payphone, or worse, an iPhone 6.
This is not a post-science world, all right? Scientists are no longer hesitating to attribute weather to...
Is it a party or someone in the audience is having a heart attack? I can't tell.
Naomi, get a body, everybody! Next up, there is a lawsuit going forward on behalf of historically black colleges and universities. For more on this, we go to our truth bomb, Natalie McGill.
I'm here at the campus of Howard University, one of over 100 historically black colleges and universities, HBCUs, that President Trump acknowledged when he signed an executive order weeks ago pledging to support them. So 3 HBCU presidents who met Trump gave journalist Roland Martin an inside scoop on what's to come.
What was actually discussed was an opportunity to actually dialogue with Trump.
Not directly with the president. That was more of a meet and greet.
Okay, well, the real talk was with Pence, so here's where we get down to the details. What about reforming Parent Plus loans to help low-income HBCU students?
Did Vice President Pence make any commitment when it came to the Parent Plus loan?
He did not. He did not make any directly.
We're not exactly off to a great f***ing start. I need some commitment if we're going to preserve prestigious institutions like Howard University, Tuskegee University, and Hillman College. Okay, that last one is the fake college from the TV show A Different World, but our country doesn't check facts anymore, so we're good. Trump's prioritization of HBCUs is what these schools want to hear, since their money supply has been choked worse than an Atlanta Falcon in the Super Bowl. HBCUs in Maryland are especially feeling the pinch. Alumni from Maryland's 4 HBCUs filed suit against the state, in which a judge found traditionally white schools duplicated programs at HBCUs, creating separate but equal facilities, which tanked HBCU enrollment. Separate but equal? Now that's a phrase I haven't thought about since my middle school history lesson on the Plessy versus Ferguson trial. Oh, well, Actually, I saw it when buying a greeting card at CVS last week. Black people don't need a culturally appropriate way of wishing you happy birthday. But these HBCUs are hardly equal, and they shouldn't be dismantled due to a belief they're unnecessary because we're integrated and everything's fine, says the white woman in the office interrupting her one black coworker. And that was just after saying she's really happy for him that Moonlight won Best Picture. Originally, HBCUs were necessary for Black Americans who could not be educated elsewhere. And on some level, it still serves that purpose. Many low-income minority families see these schools as their only shot at college, a shot that even Obama blocked. Way better than this one. He tightened requirements in 2011 on those Parent Plus loans, which low-income families rely on to afford college. There was an average of 3.4% decline in enrollment at HBCUs across the country as a result of the Plus loan changes. Armed with that knowledge, Trump obviously couldn't wait for the chance to one-up Obama and fill his black cookout punch card. But now that the order is signed, the ball is in his court. And unlike his one black friend who, judging by his recent comments, slept through his middle school slavery history lesson, this administration can't sleep on this. Because this time, we're all woke as f***. Reporting from Washington, this is Natalie McGill, Redacted Tonight.
Natalie McGill. This week, it came out that back during the election, the Russian ambassador met with Hillary Clinton's campaign. Oh my God! And others have pointed out he met with members of Donald Trump's campaign. Oh my God! This is leading many to surmise that it might be the job of ambassadors to meet with people. Oh my God! To get to the bottom of this scandalous story, we sent redacted correspondent John F. O'Donnell to Moscow.
It was a long, arduous journey. I didn't think I was going to make it, but I finally got here. I finally got to Moscow. Let's see what all these Muscovites are up to. I'm here at the world-famous Moscow gas station / post office. So, you live in Moscow. You must be a criminal. What is it like to be a criminal?
No, sir.
What's it like to be a criminal?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pays good.
Pays good. He admits it. Oh, I got two of them. Two Ruskies. Two dirty commies. Let me talk to these bastards. Clearly, you rigged the election. You worked somehow with WikiLeaks to reveal the truth about the Hillary campaign that showed that it was corrupt, so it revealed what really was happening there. Why'd you do that?
I didn't do that. Sorry.
Classic, wouldn't admit it. I knew it. You somehow stole the election for Trump. Why did you do that?
I just did because I wanted to. I mean, that's what you do in life. Just do what you gotta do. And that's what I did.
She's actually admitting all of these things. This is crazy. This is amazing.
I did not do nothing to the election because I did not vote.
Wow, I found authentic Moscow cuisine. In Rocky IV, that character, Drago, is a real ass. Why did you guys get behind such an evil character?
We like ass.
I ain't the one who wrote the script.
He's denying that too. It's crazy. Wow, well, I guess Moscow isn't as sinister as I thought it was going to be. And their cuisine, let me see if I can pronounce it right. Taco Bell is to die for. Reporting from Moscow, John F. O'Donnell, Redacted Tonight.
Here are your headlines from the future coming up on Wednesday. Smart umbrellas clearly hatching plan for humanless society. And then on Thursday, Trump unveils new bill which would provide health care only for Americans who voted for Trump. And 1 week from today, Congress approves $50 million to go towards study of Donald Trump. That's our show. But Boston, I am coming your way. Just email Redacted Tonight at rtamerica.tv for details and tickets. Also, we have web-exclusive content available at youtube.com/Redacted Tonight. Go there, check it out. Until next time, good night, and keep fighting.